The following program is sponsored by the law offices of Roderick C. White and features legal questions from viewers. Nothing in the program establishes attorney-client privileges.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Ask the Lawyer. I'm your host, Brenda Teal, here to answer your legal questions about personal injury. Today is personal injury attorney Roderick White from the offices of Roderick White. I just called the number that you see on your screen. It's 1-877-846-7370 or email your question to roderick@igotyou.net. Glad to have you here today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Tell us about your area of practice.
Well, I'm a personal injury lawyer, and I typically deal with cases involving auto accidents, large truck accidents, or any type of injuries, bodily injuries at a business or corporation, things of that nature.
And you're passionate about it, aren't you?
I am. There's no one out here to fight for the little guys. Mm-hmm. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm. Is that what pushed you in this direction?
Well, the reality of it is corporations are concerned about their bottom line. Big insurance companies are concerned about their bottom line. Who is out there concerned about the little guy to make sure the little guy receives justice?
All right, we've got some guys who want to talk to you right now. The phone lines are open. The number is 877-846-7370. I don't want to leave the gals out, too. Let's go ahead and get our first call in right now. Dave in Arlington. Hi, Dave.
Yeah, what determines who is responsible in an automobile accident?
All right. There you go.
Well, the first question is the idea of negligence, and that is, what is reasonable? What would a reasonable person do in the same or similar circumstances? Mm-hmm. In automobile accidents, there's also this idea of violation of the law. So, for example, if someone runs a red light or doesn't appropriately stop at a stop sign, they've also violated the law, in addition to violating what a reasonable person would do. So a reasonable person would stop at a red light or appropriately stop at a stop sign. But even if a person doesn't violate the law in an automobile accident, there's also this concept of what a reasonable person would do or what's unreasonable. And for example, even if the speed limit is 40, but there's raining and there's ice on the ground, then maybe a reasonable person would not drive 40 or 50 or 60, whatever the posted speed limit is. Mm-hmm. And there can still be negligence even if they're not violating the law.
I think I'm a reasonable person, but sometimes irrational. Does that qualify? Does that get me out?
Yeah, we could sue you.
Oh, no. The phone lines are still open, 877-846-7370. Time for an email question now from Carlos in Farmers Branch. He writes, I was involved in a car wreck. Do I really need an attorney, or can I handle the claim on my own? What you think?
Well, the reality of it is, do you need a professional? Insurance companies, large corporations, they're going to have professionals. Insurance adjusters, lawyers on their side. If you had a cavity or needed a medical procedure, would you try and do it yourself? No, you'd go to a professional. Trust me, the insurance companies and the large corporations, they're going to have professionals on their side, making sure they pay out to you as little as possible.
So I think the rationale there is, well, if I get an attorney, then I've got to pay that attorney, and that's less money in my pocket.
Well, that's a common misconception. The reality of it is, without a lawyer, your case is generally worth more than 10 or 15 times more if you get a lawyer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you have to weigh it out. All right. The number to call is 877-846-7370. The phone lines are open. If you're not able to get through, however, please keep trying. Chrissy is on the line right now. Go ahead with your question.
After my car wreck, the insurance adjuster called and wants me to give a recorded statement over the telephone. Should I do this?
All right.
Why?
Mm-hmm. Been there and done that, Chrissy. I talked to the adjuster. Did I do the wrong thing?
Probably.
Okay.
The reality of it is, you hear it on the movies and on Law and Order and things of that nature, and it's a criminal concept, but it says anything you say can and will be used against you. Well, the same thing applies with the insurance company. Every time you talk to them, it's going to be recorded. So after the accident, when you say, oh, I'm okay, it's not a big deal, they're going to use that against you. Because later on, when you wake up in the morning and your neck and your back and everything's hurting, and you ask them to pay for your medical bills or pay for your pain and suffering, they're going to have that recording 4, 5, 6 hours after the wreck when you still got adrenaline running through your body and you're saying, oh, I'm okay, I'm not hurt that bad, I just want my car fixed.
I didn't feel like I had a choice but to talk to him.
Of course, you always have a choice. My father used to tell me it's better to measure 10 times and cut once than measure once and have to cut 10 times. If the insurance company really needs to talk to you, They'll talk to you the next day after you speak with a lawyer and think about and measure what you're going to say to make sure you get justice.
So that's not going to go against me or Chrissy if I don't talk to that guy.
Your case is always worth more if you get a lawyer.
Okay, very good. The phone line is open right now, and we welcome your question right here on Ask the Lawyer. The number to call is 877-846-7370. We're going to take a quick break and come right back. You're watching Ask the Lawyer.